Good evening, and thank you for participating in our live virtual community meeting today. My name is Kenya Williams with Houston Public Works, and the goal of today's meeting is to inform you on how to prepare for construction for the Tidwell Timber Wastewater Treatment Plant project. Before we begin, I would kindly ask if you could hold all questions until the end of our presentation, because many of the answers you're looking for will be answered within this presentation. Now I would like to respectfully ask for your full attention at this time. Later, we will open the questions and answer session at the end of our presentation. Here at Houston Public Works, we believe that together we create a strong foundation for Houston to thrive. There are 5 service lines at Houston Public Works. Today's meeting is presented by Capital Projects. We deliver large-scale reconstruction and new construction projects of Houston Public Works existing roadway, drainage, water, and wastewater facilities. We are committed to managing and delivering these critical projects that are maintained and operated by Transportation and Drainage Operations and Houston Water. Joining us is the Assistant Director for Capital Projects, Marcos Mangesha. He will introduce the project team responsible for this project to you. Marcos?
Thank you, Kenya, for the introduction, and good evening. Thank you, District B Council member, residents, and stakeholders for taking the time to participate on the upcoming construction of the wastewater facility consolidation project. The City of Houston operates and maintains 39 wastewater treatment plants and 384 lift stations. As part of the capital improvement plan, the city plans to divert flows to regional lift stations and wastewater treatment plant and abandoned facilities to meet regulatory requirements, improve reliability, and reduce operation and maintenance costs. The purpose of this project is to divert flows and decommission the aging Tidwell Timbers wastewater treatment plant. The project is a part of the City of Houston Sanitary Sewer Consent Decree program. The scope of the project includes diversion of flows from the existing Tidwell Timbers wastewater treatment plant, construction of lift stations, construction of new force main and gravity sewer, abandonment of Tidwell Timbers wastewater treatment plant. The proposed wastewater sewer system is going to be installed along Tidwell Road, Mayberry Street, Parkett, and Hills Road. The proposed force main and gravity sewers will be constructed using open cut and trenchless method. The open cut installation is selected to install the sewer line outside of the pavement, and the trenchless method is selected to install deep sanitary sewers within the roadways and travel lanes to minimize the impact to the public. Now I would like to take a moment and thank the project team for attending today's meeting. Mohammed Haider, Managing Engineer, Houston Public Works. Hamid Petal, Project Manager, Houston Public Works. Fred Letton, Construction Inspector, Houston Public Works. Mark Detton, Project Manager, Harper Brothers Construction LLC. Robert Thompson, he is an engineer of record from Jacobs Engineering. Thank you for your time, and Kenya, you can take it from here.
Thanks, Marcos. So now let's talk about this project, how to prepare for construction, and who to contact. Houston Public Works is committed to building forward and not building back the same way. This wastewater project is for the construction of a new Tidwell Timbers lift station and construction of new force main and gravity sewer. This $34.4 million wastewater project is scheduled to begin in fall of 2023 and anticipated to be completed in the spring of 2025. The project schedule will depend on weather conditions. The contractor will work Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. However, extenuating circumstances may require limited work to take place outside of the standard hours. The contractor is Harper Brothers LLC, and the project manager is Hemal Patel. This project is part of the city's capital improvement plan consolidation package for wastewater facilities and is required to control operations and maintenance costs and ensure regulatory compliance. This project is bounded by Cattle Road, Halls Bayou, Greens Bayou, and Wayside Drive. This project has a total of 3 phases. The first phase in red will commence in fall of 2023. The second phase in yellow begins in spring of 2024. And the last phase in green will start in fall of 2024 and be completed by spring of 2025. So what do the seasons mean? I'm glad you asked. Our construction timeline is as follows. Winter constitutes January, February, March. Spring is April, May, June. Summer is July, August, September. And fall is October, November, December. So for this project, we start in fall of 2023, and it is to be completed by spring of 2025. What to anticipate during these construction phases? Our advice is to organize, don't agonize. So if you prepare for construction, the time it takes to complete the project will fly by. The first step to getting organized is to keep your door notification. The door notification contains pertinent contact information in case you have further questions or concerns. If your dog ate the door notification, no worries. You can go to the project page online to view the contact information there at engagehouston.org. If you have objects in the right-of-way, please remove them now as soon as possible. If you have specific landscaping that would like to be saved, we suggest that you relocate such plant matter materials now. Grass will be restored in areas upon completion of all construction. For most of the properties in the area, the City of Houston project right-of-way will extend about 2 feet back of curb. However, sanitary sewer line replacement will leave some residents with open excavations in their yards at times. As a result of this and related capital improvement projects, the city and the contractors are granted full access into the right-of-way. Once complete, the contractor is required to restore the impacted area of the grounds to City of Houston standards. So again, if you have objects in the right-of-way, please remove them as soon as possible. And meet the project team. This includes the contractor, the inspectors, and the project manager. Homeowners associations and local business owners are invited to attend the monthly contractor status meeting that will allow them to provide periodic updates to the community. Updates will also be posted to the project page on engagehouston.org. So remember to subscribe to receive the latest and greatest updates as they become available. The contractor has a restoration plan for all properties. Once the project is complete, the contractor is required to restore the impacted area to the city standards. Please do not make repairs yourself. Restoration typically starts once the project is complete. The city does not approve final payment to the contractor until they complete their own assessment to ensure restoration is sufficient. We recommend that you document current conditions by taking pictures of your property in the right-of-way area near the street and curb. The pictures should resolve any questions when it comes time for the contractor to repair or replace any items. What if your property has an improved specialty driveway or walkway? If this portion of your driveway or walkway is located in the right-of-way area, the city is only required to return the driveway access points to the City of Houston code and standards. If warranted, special provisions will be considered, but all related costs of improvement over and above the City of Houston standards will be at the sole cost of the property owner by a contractor of your choice. One example is a decorative or pebbled walkway or driveway. The contractor will be unable to replace with like product, and the city will not guarantee this work. Please be aware and obey all construction signs and barriers. Safety is priority number 1 for everyone involved in this project. your safety and ours, please pay attention to the following safety objects shown here. Now, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is because this is construction, there will be some inconveniences. The good news is that they are only temporary. Water service. There's no planned interruptions in service in water and wastewater during this project. Trees. Trees to be removed are identified on the tree protection plan posted on the project page at engagehouston.org. Diseased or dying trees will be removed. The City of Houston has identified trees that can be preserved during construction on a case-by-case basis. Both the city and the contractor are taking every precaution to protect existing trees and properties as best they can. Additional right-of-way markers may be placed along the curb and sidewalk driveway area, and removal of these causes added delays and expense. Please do not remove these markers or any protective precautions that have been provided to the adjacent property. Traffic and driveways. This project is mostly trenchless construction. However, it will need lane closures at the shaft locations. The traffic control plan is posted on the project page at engagehouston.org. While protecting existing trees, the project will involve removing and replacing limited portions of pavement. No work is planned on individual or private properties. We encourage you to go to engagehouston.org to view additional project details and take a closer look at the exhibits shared with you today. The project page includes additional exhibits, the traffic control plan, the tree protection plan, right at your fingertips. And now, a brief demo on how to navigate your way on engagehouston.org. One moment.
Welcome to engagehouston.org. We're incredibly excited to share this platform with you. This site allows us to communicate with Houstonians about the changes that are happening in their neighborhood. Our goal is to make the site visually fun and engaging, as well as easy to navigate so that everyone can find what they need. Using the Google Translate option, users can translate the languages used on the website. On the home screen, you can navigate the 4 project types that we support: drainage, street, wastewater, and water projects. Beneath that, you're going to see a variety of resources. All of these resources can also be found up here in our header. For all public meetings, we send out notifications to the community, and one way to access the meeting link is to click on the Join Us button. Another great thing about this website is that we have enabled social media shares. Users can share meeting links, project pages, and updates to their social media feed through private messages and/or email. This helps us in getting more information out to the community. Here's a snapshot of all the relevant project information on the project page. It shows a standard map which highlights the project area and general project information, which may be followed by a link. Below are the project's frequently asked questions. To the right, you're going to see a variety of widgets. First is the Stay Informed Subscribe button. This allows a user to subscribe to this project, meaning that if this project is of great interest, all it requires is inputting your email address. You'll be notified via email when updates are posted to the page or when new information becomes available. You'll also see the current project phase, as well as the project documents, meeting recordings, videos, and pictures. Underneath that, you'll be able to view who's listening and who the public engagement team is. At the bottom of the page, there's the Engage Us tool, which allows you to correspond directly with us through this platform. In order to use this tool, you must be registered and signed into the site. Once you're signed in, you can ask questions and they're sent directly to the public engagement team. We research and provide a response to every single question that is asked. We encourage everyone to register for this site. Some of the tools we discussed earlier can only be utilized if you're registered, so it is extremely important to register. We've made it simple, quick, and as painless as we could. Just create a simple username and password and answer 3 basic questions, and you're good to go. You'll receive a confirmation email, so don't forget to confirm your email address so that you don't miss out on all of the updates. And now you're done. You're all set up to utilize engagehouston.org and all of its beneficial tools.
We encourage you to call 311 if you have a concern. You can report online, email, or yes, there's an app for that. It's not just for problems, though. We always like to hear if our contractors are doing a great job, so please share that with us as well. I would like to thank Marcos Mengesha and his awesome project team for their participation and support today. Thank you to the fabulous public engagement team for making this meeting possible, and finally to all of you who have joined us to receive this important project information. Thank you for your time and attention, and please remember to share what you heard today with your friends and neighbors. Remember to visit engagehouston.org if you have any questions, comments, or to view project updates. And now it's Q&A time. Being present today has its benefits because you will get your questions answered in real time by the fantastic project team. Take advantage now and ask away. The project team is here to answer your questions. And at this time, I would like to introduce you to Ryan Perlman with the fabulous public engagement team who will moderate the Q&A session for us. Take it away, Ryan.
Thank you, Kenya. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ryan Perlman, and this is the Q&A portion of our meeting. It's your opportunity to engage and provide us with questions and comments that are related to this project. We'd certainly love to hear from you, and we welcome the feedback. Instructions for submitting the questions are now on the screen. Select Q&A on the right of the screen. It's the little bubble with the question mark in the middle. Second, you want to type in your question in the compose box and select Send. You can remain anonymous by selecting Ask Anonymously. Some questions may require further research and may not be able to be answered tonight. As such, we strongly encourage those who submit questions to also include your name and email address so we can follow up with you later. Please note that this marks the beginning of the Q&A process. If you have any questions or comments that go beyond today's meeting, you can share them by visiting us at engagehouston.org. Go to the project page, and there at the bottom, you can submit your question or comment, and we'll be sure to follow up with you. I'd also like to remind all of you that tonight's meeting material is available on the site. So let's begin with the first question. All right, this is for the project team. Can you confirm if there will be work on the weekends? Anyone on the project team want to take that one?
Yeah, this is Mohammed Haider, so I'll answer that question. So typically the contractors will work Monday through Saturday, and usually they don't work on Sundays. But sometimes, we could allow them to work on Sundays given the type of work they're doing. So this project is going to have some micro tunneling, and that kind of work sometimes requires work around 7 days a week. But typically the work is going to be Monday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Those are the typical hours.
Thank you for that answer. All right. Next question. How will we know when improvements are complete and when the work is done?
So I can answer that question as well. So we will present the schedule for the project is once the project starts with some of the key milestones. And Kenya had mentioned the Engage Houston website, which kind of shows when some of those key milestones are going to occur. And once the work is completed, we will send notifications. The contractor is going to finish the work, and we'll send notifications through Engage Houston website. And then we'll also notify the council member's office that they can notify the constituents if there is a need. And then obviously during the project, if the residents have any questions, they're always welcome to reach out to the project team, and we can provide them updates on the status of construction and what work is completed and what remains, typically as we do on other projects as well.
All right, thank you for that answer. Great, so another question. Once work begins, who can I reach out to if I have questions?
So there's multiple ways to get information about the project. So I think the project team was introduced in this presentation. That information is also going to be available on Engage Houston website. So the residents are welcome to reach out to the project manager to ask any specific questions they have. You can also inquire through 311 if there's any complaints or if there's any specific information you need. And then obviously one of the other avenues is to reach out to the council member's office if there is any additional information needed. So all of that information will be on Engage Houston website, and there's multiple ways to reach out to us. The best way is via the email address for the project manager, and the other ways are using the Engage Houston website or the 311 app are other ways to contact and receive information that you need.
All right, thank you very much. At this time, I'm not seeing any other questions. Let's see. I do have another question. So what impacts can we expect when we travel to the project area?
So Robert Thompson, I see you're on the line. Can you please answer that? Specific impacts?
Sure. So the main thing that the public would see in the project area is the traffic impact. For the most part, the traffic control plan is broken up into 3 categories. There's the work that's on Tidwell Road, that's on the eastern part of the project. That's on the south side of Tidwell. No lanes will be closed, but there is work that's off to the shoulder and the ditch to the south. So you'll see flaggers, reduce speed, that kind of thing, but the traffic pattern is the same. And then as you move further west on Tidwell, that's where there'll start to be some tunnel shafts, like Mohammed mentioned, with micro tunneling. So at that point, you'll see the traffic diverted from 2 lanes in each direction, eastbound and westbounds, to a single lane in each direction. And then the third impact that the public would see is more localized in the neighborhood. That's again on the western part of the project, but more towards the southwest, where that's on the narrow streets inside the neighborhood. And there'll also be tunnel shafts in that area with detours to route the traffic around the shaft areas. inside of the neighborhood. But at that point, it's more local traffic anyway, and not not as high traffic counts as on Tidwell.
Thank you for your answer there. This looks like a really good important. Why is this project important?
So I can answer that question. So, as we know that the city is expanding and we have some aging infrastructure that needs to be replaced. And in addition to that, we have expanding demands because of the growing city. So this project is really a combination of the two, to where the city is constantly evaluating the needs in specific areas and see what needs to be done to improve the infrastructure, to improve the capacity. And as part of that is, we're looking at existing wastewater facilities, which may be lift stations or treatment plants, and looking at how those can be consolidated with larger sewer sizes, and then also maybe consolidating multiple facilities into smaller number of facilities. So this project is related to that, and it's part of a citywide incentive or citywide program that we're using to consolidate facilities throughout the city of Houston.
Thank you very much for your answer. And I think this concludes our Q&A portion of today's meeting, but please continue to engage with us at engagehouston.org. Thank you to the project team, the engagement team, and the citizens and everyone that attended the call. Thank you very much.